Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you it's a sham. Lawyers are like actors. See? Actors. They play their roles for your entertainment and edification. Yeah, edification. But trust them not. They will deceive you. Heed them not. For they speak with a forked tongue. The defense rests. Yeah.
TJ, let's go.
Samuel Benedict, counselor at law.
TJ, we're going home.
Home, Sam? Oh, no. Home is where the hurt is.
Come on.
I have experience. Who is this guy, Sam?
Huh? His name is Thonis Jundelen. He's the greatest lawyer San Francisco ever had. Come on.
Request a change of venue. Whiskey, for instance.
Come on now, drink it. Come on.
Request denied?
Yes.
Oh, you have a nice place here, Sam. It's befitting the master. Yeah, I might go so far as to say that it's a shade nicer place than the establishment I slept in last night and the night before.
Tell me, TJ, when did you start hitting the bottle? You've never been a drinking man.
Oh, but a man can learn. He's never too old to learn. At least about some things. Yeah, the devil is due.
Why?
Oh, because he's a worthy adversary. Oh. He deserves it. No, Sam. Sam, please. Please. Oh, here we are. Yeah. You read it. Look. Thonis Jundelen S1E16. Even spelled my name correctly. It's called, I believe, a notice to show cause.
You are directed to appear before the local administrative committee for a disciplinary hearing.
Disbarment. Disbarment is the word, Sam. The potential loss of license to practice law.
Tell me about it.
Tell you? Oh, well, I had a client. And he gave me, I don't remember his name, but he gave me $500 in advance. About a month ago. And then he told them that he hadn't been able to reach me since. And Sam, I hadn't been to the office since.
But what did you do?
I spent the money on the best whiskey available in the city of San Francisco. Your witness.
But you always had a very good practice and a very fine reputation.
Yes, but reputations do not mortgage pay, nor practices make perfect. Age may perfect the juice of the grape, but it adds little vintage of value to a lawyer's career. Oh, Sam. You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. Yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right?
Hello? What? No, Mrs. Horngrath, I do not remember you. Oh, formerly Mrs. Templeton, yes. Mrs. Horngrath. No, Mrs. Horngrath, I cannot get you a divorce in the middle of the night. Morning, Moffat.
Good morning, Mr. Benedict. The mail for you.
Oh, thank you, Moffat. Oh, Moffat, I'd like you to do me an important favor.
Just name it, Sam.
Well, there's a man upstairs in my apartment. He's asleep. Go up there, stay with him. Don't let him out of your sight.
Oh, forget it, Sam. I owe you more right now than I could ever pay back.
Come on, not out of your sight. You hear me?
All right. Just as soon as I get out of uniform.
I have him for you.
Sam, is he wanted by the police?
Just the opposite. Nobody wants him.
Sam, I've been waiting since dawn.
Mrs. Templeton.
Horngrass, Sam. It was Ellerton, then Templeton, then Crowley, and now Horngrass.
I forgot Crowley.
It doesn't matter. I want my maiden name back, Sam. I've got to have a divorce.
Does your husband know about this?
Yes, he's agreed.
Property settlement?
Oh, we settled it all between us. Sam, help me.
Well, you know the usual routine, Mrs.
Horngrass.
We'll have to take your statement, and if you'll just be patient with me, I'll be with you in a few minutes. Thank you.
Sam!
Morning, Mr. Benedict.
Morning, Trudy. Will you get me Pete Cairn's telephone number, please?
Mr. Cahan's number is X-Mont 27996.
X-Mont 27996. Tell the first one no. Hold the next one. Hello, I'd like to talk to Pete Cairn, please. This is Sam Benedict. It's important. Tell Peterson we're not ready to go into escrow yet. Next Monday. Now tell that bum no. Hello, Pete. Fine. You? Good. Listen, I understand your committee's meeting tomorrow. Disbarment matter. Thonis Junlin. Yeah. Look, Pete, I'd like to drop by if the committee doesn't mind. You can put me down as a friendly witness. All right, then call the counsel for the defense. See you at 10. Right. Thanks, Pete. Now, let's see.
What about Miss Horngrass?
What's Turner's telephone number?
Turner?
Oh, you know, Trudy. You know the young lawyer fella. Tabor, that's it, Tabor.
He's very nice. Garfield 10713.
Garfield 10713. Hello, Tabor. Sam Benedict. Yeah, how are you? Fine. Right. Tabor, you busy right now? No. Just a minute.
Chicago's on the line, Mr. Benedict. Mr. Warchek calling. Also, Mrs. Anna and her son are here.
Well, put Miss Anna in my office. Put the boy in the conference room.
What about Chicago?
Well, tell Mr. Warchek we'll call him right back.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Trudy. No interruptions.
Yes, sir.
Tabor, excuse me. I can't go into details right now. This is a divorce suit. Could you get over here right away? Uh-huh, you're fine. Good. Thank you, Tabor. Hey, Johnny. Well, I'm certainly glad to see you. Come on, sit right over here. You know, we really need you, Johnny, because we're in a great big spot. Say, Johnny, your mother told me you hit a home run the other day. How about that? How many RBIs did you get, huh? Huh? Johnny, we've been at this a long time now, almost 6 months. And tomorrow we go into court, you and your mother and me. Johnny, do you realize how important this case is for all of us? Do you? Mike Mulligan, Johnny. I defended him in a lawsuit. Johnny, we really need your help. If you'd only trust me.
You want to kill that dog.
No. Stay right there. How have you been, Mrs. Anno?
Well, thank you.
Mrs. Anno, I'm afraid I'm still not getting anywhere with Johnny, and I'm worried about going into court. I could ask for a continuance or even a postponement, but that would jeopardize our position with the insurance companies, and even with the court. Court calendars are terribly crowded. These matters are set months in advance. Could be another year before we get a hearing. In view of your financial condition, we can't do that.
Believe me, I've tried to communicate with him, to tell him how much this means to both of us. But he's not a little French boy. He's an American, as his father was. There is no getting through.
Oh, Mrs. Anno, don't blame yourself for that. Believe me, I'm usually pretty good with children, and I've struck out with Johnny every time at bat. I've decided to call Bradley, try to get a settlement. He may go for it, he may not.
But the dog attacked him, bit him. Johnny spent months in the hospital. He was almost crippled for life. It is a vicious animal.
I know that, but we can't prove that without your son's direct testimony in court. There is no other witness. Johnny loves dogs. He's trying to protect that animal. That's a pretty good sign to see in a growing boy.
Mr. Benedict, it's Chicago again. Mr. Warchek on the line.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Anno. Will you excuse me?
Of course. Your son's in the outer office, Mrs. Anno.
Yes? Trudy, notebook. Yes, Mr. Warchek. That's right. I'm handling the merger. The Prestini Company has retained me. My fee is a matter of record, Mr. Warchek, of the minutes of your last board meeting, that I can save you the trouble of looking it up. It's $75,000. I'm aware that's a lot of money, Mr. Warchek. It's also a lot of work. When? The 14th. All right, see you then. Thank you, sir. Trudy, get me a plane reservation for Chicago on Friday, will you?
Morning or night?
Night. Come on, Trudy, type that stuff up. I don't trust Warchek.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, the doorman at your apartment called Mr. Moffat said to tell you that the man has disappeared.
When did he call?
While you were talking with the Anno boy. He said by the time he got up to your apartment, he'd already gone.
Trudy, who am I having lunch with?
Oh, Judge Treadman.
Cancel it.
Benedict, where are you going? Mr. Benedict!
Sam, what about me?
What about you, Mrs. Horngraff? Oh, Turner.
Tabor.
Tabor, excuse me, Mrs. Horngraff. Tabor, how long did you clerk for Judge Stanton?
19 months.
How long have you been practicing?
5 months.
You ever tried a divorce suit?
No, sir.
Think you can handle one?
Yes, sir.
This lady's a 3-time loser. I'm throwing you to a tigress. She eats lawyers.
Not this one. I like hunting big game.
All right, good luck. Mrs. Horngraff, I'd like you to meet my colleague, Mr. Tabor. He'll be taking your statement. Mr. Tabor, this is our client, Mrs. Horngraff.
How do you do, Mrs. Horngraff? Pleased to meet you.
Well, really, Sam, you've always handled my divorces 3 times.
I'd like to prepare a complaint. Get out an order to show cause for temporary alimony, Mrs. Horngraff.
Alimony?
That's right. You have to have funds during the period of separation before filing.
Oh, Sam, this boy isn't a novice.
I'm sure he'll take very good care of you if you'll just step into my
Right
office.
this way,
Oh,
Mrs. Horngraff.
of course. Right, of course.
Mr. Benedict,
Yes, Trudy.
it's Barney Tibbetts on the line about that parking ticket.
Tell my millionaire friend to pay the $2.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Mr. Tibbetts.
Morning, Sam. Want a cup of coffee?
Hi, Rico. Where's Gentleman?
Well, he was here about an hour ago. He had a couple of drinks and left.
What do you let him drink for, Rico? You know he can't handle it.
What do you want me to do? You want me to call the police and so they put him in jail?
I want you to throw him out, send him home, do anything but feed him whiskey. What kind of shape was he in when he left here? Drunk? Bad drunk? Falling down? What?
Oh, he was on his feet and he was walking all right. Now, Sam, we've been friends a long time and I like you, but don't come in here and tell me about customers. And Mr. Jutland is a customer.
He's a tired old man and he needs a lot of help. Lend me the telephone.
Want some coffee?
Yeah, please.
I'm a tired old man. If I carried the troubles of the world on my back, I would have been 6 feet under a long time ago. The world is full of people in trouble. Why do you bother, Sam? You got plenty of clients.
Hello, this is Sam Benedict. Let me speak to the doorman. When I was a wet-eared graduate, fresh out of the University of San Francisco, 10 days away from the bar exam, Stoner's Gentleman was the one man that I could turn to. He was the kind of lawyer that always had time for a youngster starting out. TJ's no angel. He's mortal, fallible like the rest of us. But he's a good man that covers a lot of territory. Hello, Moffat. Have you seen him? No sign of him at all, huh? All right, thanks. Rico, when are you going to learn to make a good cup of coffee? And enclosed a photostated copy of the original agreement, along with Mr. Ferrand's certified check, and that's it.
Will you need me any more tonight, Mr. Benedict?
No, just type that up and go on home, Trudy.
Oh, Mr. Bradley's on his way over.
All right, thank you very much. Rico, Sam Benedict. Any sign of Gunderland? Oh. Thanks, Rico. What's up?
Mrs. Horngrath has got herself one whale of a problem.
Really? What's that supposed to mean?
He hit her with a rake.
Oh?
He also pushed her down a flight of stairs.
Uh-huh. Pretty bruised up, is she?
No. Luckily, she was wearing her fur coat.
Also, he drinks too much, huh?
Yeah.
And he's unfaithful.
That's right.
And he pays much more attention to his business than he does to his wife.
Well, did you already take her statement or what?
Tell me something. Have you discussed a fee with Mrs. Horngrath?
No, I didn't.
Well, don't you think she's entitled to know what your services cost? Don't you think you're entitled to know what you're going to earn? Tell me, have you any children?
No, sir.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
You still have to support yourself. Moffat, Sam Benedict. Any luck? Oh, all right. You know, if I were you, I'd give Mrs. Horngrath a ring and discuss that fee with her, get it settled. After all, Tabor, this is your case.
Mr. Benedict, thank you very much. My practice hasn't been all it could be.
Save your gratitude until the case is finished. Maybe when it's over, you won't want to thank me. Oh, this office is yours, and if you get thirsty, that's the bar. Good night, Mr. Tabor.
Good night, sir.
Mr. Benedict.
Yes, Trudy.
That young lawyer. He's a hard worker.
All lawyers are hard workers, Trudy. And they age fast.
Well, there you are.
Hello there, Counselor.
Sam, I'll buy you a drink, one condition, no settlement.
Oh, come on, will you? You know the boy's leg was severely lacerated, damages to the Achilles tendons and the muscles. You read those doctor's reports, you'll want to run for dog catcher.
Well, the Anno boy was badly bitten. But, Sam, you still have to prove it was my client's dog did the biting. I hear the boy isn't talking.
Everybody knows it was their dog. You know it, I know it, they know it. I'll tell you what, I'll settle with you right now for $5,000.
No, not a cent, not a peso, not a farthing.
All right, Counselor, but I'm warning you, The way juries are handling these personal injury cases nowadays, you'll wish your client owned a canary.
And the mink, and the convertible. Yes, I think we can assume that he will have to cover those. As soon as possible, Mrs. Horngrath. Tonight? All right, Mrs. Horngrath, yes. At 8 o'clock. I'll see you then, right? Goodbye.
Hi. I thought you could use these.
Thanks.
It's getting late, Mr. Tabor. Is there anything I can get for you?
Oh, no, Miss Wagner, I'm all finished. I'll clean up this mess here before I go, too.
Here, I'll help you. I'm afraid Mr. Benedict handed you a tough one.
Mrs. Horngrath? She's a tiger, all right.
This your first divorce case?
Yes, it is.
They are all tigers.
I think divorce was invented by someone who didn't believe in marriage.
That's what Mr. Benedict says.
No, we had the same law professor. What I don't understand is why he gave me Mrs. Horngrath when he could have handled her with the back of his hand.
Mr. Benedict believes in trial by fire.
Me? I'm on trial?
A lot of young lawyers come and go in this office, Mr. Tabor. Some of them only last a few minutes.
Well, I've gotten through the first 10 hours.
You know something? You just might make it.
Might make it. Is that the best odds you can give me?
I've been with Mr. Benedict a little over 10 years now. Those are the best odds I'd give Clarence Darrow. Good night, Mr. Tabor.
Good night, Miss Wagner.
After the first 5 years, Mr. Benedict started calling me Trudy. You can start now.
Good night, Trudy, and thank you very much.
Good night.
Hello there. I thought that perhaps Mr. Benedict might still be here.
No, sir. He left on an appointment.
Oh, no matter.
May I tell him who called?
Tell him Mr. Junderland.
Thonis Junderland?
That's right. Have we met?
No, sir. It's just that I've read your books, Contracts and Business Law, and I studied your briefs in law school. My name is Tabor, Henry Tabor.
You're a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Working for Sam now.
That's right. I'm handling a divorce action for him. Nothing important, really.
Nothing important? Every case is important. Any lawyer who thinks differently will soon find himself in the gutter where he belongs.
No offense, sir. May I fix you a drink?
You may. Tabor, you said?
Yes, sir. Henry Tabor.
I like the name. I'd like your opinion, Mr. Tabor. Does a lawyer really care? Or is he a legal machine stuffed with statutes and procedures, intricate, complex? Oh, yes, profound on some occasions, but essentially indifferent. Much as nature is indifferent. Boswell says it so.
Well, I'm not going to argue with Boswell.
No?
No, sir. Not until I've had a chance to think about it. You see, Mr. Junderland, I haven't had many cases yet.
Well, you'd better think. It may affect your entire career. You state your case to the lawyer simply. He answers doubtfully and hesitatingly. You begin to feel that he would be quite indifferent to which side he would take. But once you have retained him and paid him to bite into it, he begins to be interested. and his will becomes warmed up to it. A manifest, an indubitable truth presents itself. He discovers a wholly new light. And he honestly believes in it. He's convinced. Indeed, I do not know if the zeal that is born might not drive the man to be burnt at the stake for an opinion for which, among his friends and at ease, he would have been unwilling to singe the tip of his fingers.
Well said, sir.
Montaigne said it, I didn't. Flattery is for beautiful women. And Judas, Mr. Tabor. Don't waste it. Your good health. Will you please tell Mr. Benedict that I was here? And for him, please not to bother. He'll understand.
Yes, sir. I have a car downstairs. May I drive you anywhere?
No, thank you. Where I'm going, young man, there are no automobiles.
Hello. Who? TJ, where are you? What? Speak up, will you, TJ? I can't hear you. Where? I am, TJ. We'll face all that later, TJ. Yes. Yes, we, meaning you and I, TJ. Huh? I am involved. I'm very much involved. I've already called Pete Cahern, TJ, and I'm representing you. Oh, forget it, will you, TJ? You're not the first person I ever represented who was guilty, and you won't be the last. Speak up, will you, TJ? I can't hear you. Huh? Yeah? Yeah? Uh-huh. Look, TJ, why don't we stop wasting time and discuss this face-to-face, huh? TJ! Hello. This is Sam Benedict. Who's this? All right, now listen to me, Mr. Elkins. There's a man registered at your hotel. His name is Thonis Junderlin. He's elderly, gray-haired, blue-eyed, medium-sized. Now, you go up to his room. Shut up, will you, and listen to me. You go up to his room and stay with him until I get there. He's going to kill himself.
You know this old guy?
You can go now.
What is he, some kind of a nut?
You Mr. Elkins?
Yeah.
All right, take this and get out of here.
Okay. Take it easy, Mac.
Come on, get out of here, will you? Sorry, TJ, I had to do it.
Why?
Suicide is murder with malice aforethought. It's against the law.
You're wasting your time. You walk out of this room now, or an hour from now, or tomorrow, and I'll find another time and another way.
Let's get some air in here. It's stuffy. You ever see so much traffic at 2 o'clock in the morning? Now, what's this town becoming anyway? Just one great big Shriners convention?
Don't play games with me, Sam. I'm no novice.
Games? With Thonis Junderlin, 50 years before the bar? Not on your life.
I've fought every battle I want, and won most of them. I've heard every plea, every pitch. If a man wants to die, he has a right to die.
Smoke, TJ?
Well, I only called you to thank you. A courtesy. Antiquated chivalry, I suppose you'd call it. Nonetheless, you do me the courtesy of leaving me alone.
All right. I have no intention of interfering with your death. I'll just finish this and I'll leave.
Your theatrics don't impress me. I've seen you do better before a jury.
This is a capital case, TJ. Give me time.
That's enough, Sam. That's enough. Believe me, My death won't diminish you. This is no casual matter with me. No hasty decision. If my actions offend your morals, take them elsewhere.
Not in the least. Every man has a right to his own stupidity. Too bad yours is so final. Well, what do I do? Shake hands and wish you luck in the great beyond?
You get out of here. Whatever you think of my choice of death, it deserves some final dignity.
TJ, would you like me to handle the final arrangements?
What?
You know how and where they deposit the remains. Well, you do have somebody to do your probate work, don't you?
Sam, by all that's holy, will you please?
Look, I'm only asking a lot of questions you've asked yourself 1,000 times. Now, you do have a will, don't you?
Yes, I have a will. Now get out.
Is there an executor for the estate?
There is no estate.
Oh, come on. There must be an estate. You still have that house in the Visadero Street, some law books, a car. They must be worth something. Who gets them?
Nobody, anybody. Give them to charity. I don't care, but please stop talking.
Oh, wait a minute. You have a daughter. She's in Switzerland, isn't she? Shouldn't I send whatever proceeds there are to her?
You can't, you fool. She's dead.
Dead? Laura's dead?
Yes. She's dead. A week ago, last Monday, they sent me a cable.
How did it happen?
A car accident. She was on her way to the hospital in Zurich to accept an award for her work in geriatrics.
Tell me about it, TJ.
Tell you about Laura? What is there to tell? I can tell you that she was a fine young woman, that she was dedicated. I can tell you that she was like her mother. Sam, did you know that Agnes died 6 months ago tonight? Did you know that? Did you know that we would have been married 50 years next month? Long time. Sam, a long time. You get so used to having them around. And then one day, when you're alone and the house is quiet, you suddenly realize there's no one there but you. No one. But you see, Sam, I was lucky. I had Laura, a devoted daughter, a fine daughter. Laura was like her mother, so full of life, so full of happiness. I miss her, Sam. I miss her. Having Laura, my life still had meaning, don't you see? Now that she's gone.
Cry, TJ. Cry for Laura. Cry for Agnes. Cry for them both. Then we're going home.
Could I see you for a moment, Mr. Benedict?
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
Morning, Mr. Benedict.
Morning. Mrs. Horngrath giving you trouble?
No, she's not giving me any trouble. It's
Mr.
just
Warchuk called from Chicago.
Oh, good. That delivery come yet?
Oh, I almost forgot. It's in there.
Oh, thank you. Put the call through. Well, what about it?
No, she's okay. It's just this new statute on quasi-community property. How does it affect the old one?
Try the digest.
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't had a chance to buy all the books I need. I don't have a digest.
It's a bad book not to have. Use mine.
Thanks.
Yes? Hold it. Yes, Mrs. Horngrath. Good morning. Fine, thank you. Uh-huh. He did? Really, Mrs. Horngrath? Tabor said that? I'll certainly take care of it. Thank you very much, Mrs. Horngrath. Well, she said, and I quote, Hank. I take it she calls you Hank?
Yeah.
She said, Hank is the brightest, smartest, cutest lawyer I've ever met. Mr. Tabor, I've been practicing law for 18 years. I never heard a lawyer referred to as cute.
I hope it doesn't ruin my standing with the Bar Association.
I don't know what the bar thinks about it, but as far as my secretary is concerned, you're in very good standing. Tell me, Mr. Tabor, what is this magic attraction you evoke in women?
It's the mother instinct, Mr. Benedict.
Yes? Come in, Trudy. Go to work. Mothers all over the world are waiting. All right, put it on. Yes, Mr. Warcheck. Tomorrow morning? I don't think I can clear my schedule that quickly. I know it's important, but so is the rest of my practice. Don't pressure me, Warcheck. I don't take it and I don't like it. As long as I'm handling this affair, it'll be done in an orderly, clear fashion. Hysterical, impulsive actions don't impress me. And you can tell the rest of you fellas that. Type that up, Trudy.
There are a couple of customers out here. A boy and his mother. Just the kind of mother I've been looking for.
This is a law office, Mr. Tabor, not a Lonely Hearts Club.
Excuse me, Mr. Benedict, I deserve that.
Trudy. Show the honors into the office here and give me a few seconds, will you?
Yes, sir.
Come on in, Johnny. Mrs. Anna. There we are. His name is Butch. He's a friendly little fella, aren't you, huh? Come on over. Say hello to him, Johnny. You'll like him.
Hi, Butch. How are you, Butch? Are you a nice little doggy?
I'm glad you like him, Johnny. I like him. See, I really do like dogs.
It was the Cumberland's dog that bit me.
You want to tell me about it, Johnny?
Yes, sir. You see, he didn't mean to bite me. Honest. His name is Mickey. He's my friend, but sometimes Mickey gets mad. He bit some of the other kids in the neighborhood, but he didn't want to bite me. Mickey's a good dog.
I see, Johnny. You say the Cumberland's dog bit other children in the neighborhood.
This is hearsay, Your Honor. I object.
Sustained.
Johnny, have you ever seen the Cumberland's dog bite another child?
No, sir. Well, but I bet if you asked Eddie O'Malley, he'd show you the teeth marks on his hand. His father's pretty angry about it.
Your Honor, may counsel approach the bench?
Very well.
Your Honor, I see no purpose in continuing the matter. If counsel is interested in settling, may we discuss it in private?
Of course. If it's agreeable to you, Mr. Benedict.
It's agreeable, Your Honor. What figure did you have in mind, Jim?
$5,000.
Oh, no, isn't that funny? That's not the figure I had in mind at all.
How much?
15,000.
You've got me over a barrel.
I believe that's the expression.
All right, 15,000. You pay court costs. All right.
One thing more. I don't want to see that dog destroyed.
I can't control what the Cumberlands do with their dog.
They can put him in a kennel or send him to a training school as long as it's stipulated in the agreement that the dog will not be destroyed.
Okay, Sam. Anything else? My wife, my house, my car?
Your Honor, I believe we've reached an agreement.
Satisfactory to both parties?
Yes,
Your Honor.
Very well. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me apprise you of what has happened here. Counsel for plaintiff and counsel for defense have agreed on a settlement. And since the settlement is satisfactory to both parties, the case is dismissed. Thank you for your attention in this case. Thank you so very much.
Not at all. Not at all. Why don't you see little Johnny, huh?
Johnny, I I'm so proud of you, darling. You were wonderful.
Oh, Jim.
Yes.
Say, in case the O'Malleys decide to sue, why don't you tell them you know a lawyer who specializes in dog bites?
Oh, you're funny.
Johnny, how would you like to have a dog of your very own?
Really, Mr. Benedict?
Yeah. I know a man who wants to sell one for, oh, say, a nickel.
I've got a nickel.
You have? Well, in that case, I think you ought to buy this dog. His name is Butch.
Oh, neat.
Come on.
Then and there to show cause why you should not be disciplined for professional misconduct to wit. Violating your oath and duties as attorney and consular at law within the meaning of Section 6103 of the Business and Professions Code of the State of California, as the same as prescribed by Section 6067 and 6068 of the Business and Professions Code of the State of California, and the commission of acts involving moral turpitude and dishonesty, particularly as follows. That according to Mr. Miller, you accepted $500 to advise him on a tax matter. That you not only failed to perform any services whatsoever, but made yourself completely unavailable thereafter. In summary, Mr. Jundlin, according to testimony, you exhibited totally unprofessional conduct. Now, is Mr. Miller's statement, as I have read it, essentially correct?
It is, sir.
Well, Mr. Jundlin, we're not unmindful of your distinguished record, but we cannot justify your act of malpractice.
Mr. Chairman, may I address the committee?
You may, Mr. Benedict.
I would first like to ask Mr. Jundlin to leave the room.
Well, that's not customary, Mr. Benedict. Surely, Mr. Jundlin is entitled to hear whatever you have to say in his defense.
I am, sir. Yes. Sam, don't spare me. Whatever you're going to say.
Trust me, TJ.
Well, then I'll wait outside if you gentlemen will permit me.
Very well, Mr. Jundlin.
All right, gentlemen, let's begin to review these charges. May I see that, please? Well, now, on this first charge, gentlemen, I'll make it brief. The man who just left this room has been practicing law for 50 years.
Let's not personalize this, Sam.
I have to personalize it, Pete. Have you ever given less attention to the needs of a client than that client required? In all of your years of practice, have you ever done anything of which you've been thoroughly ashamed? Have you ever listened too little? And have you ever charged too much? Is there a lawyer in this room, in this city, who can say no to any of these questions? If there is such a man, let him vote to destroy Thonis Jundlin.
Do you know approximately when you'll be back?
Oh, who can say?
Well, hello, Taylor.
Can I see you for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Come on in, son.
I've been trying to reach you, Mr. Benedict. Mr. Warchek called from Chicago, wants to know if you can possibly make the plane tonight. Also, Barney Tibbetts' phone wants you calling right back.
Hold it, Trudy. We've got something to celebrate. Mr. Tabor and I are going to have a drink.
We won.
We won, Trudy, and hold all the phone calls. Mrs. Anna and son are out of hock. Let's go, boy.
I wanted to tell you what happened in the Horngrass matter.
Go ahead. Tell me the worst.
She lied to me.
Really?
I met Mr. Horngrass. She introduced me.
Is that so?
He's a great guy.
And?
He didn't hit her with a rake. She later admitted that. He didn't push her down a flight of stairs. She admitted that, too. In fact, the only problem I could find between them was that he works day and night trying to keep up with her charge accounts.
Really? Sit down.
Well, there seemed to me only one thing to do. So I did it.
Go ahead, will you, Mr. Tabor? The suspense is killing me.
I talked him out of getting a divorce.
What? And pass up a fat fee?
That's about it.
Yes, Trudy. Go ahead, put him on. Hello, Pete. All right, give it to me. I see. I see. Thank you for calling. Trudy, Thonus Junderland is at my apartment. Will you call him, please? What? When? Send him in.
You want me to leave?
No, stick around.
TJ. I couldn't sit there any longer waiting for that phone to ring. Hope you didn't mind.
Mind? I'm delighted. I understand you've met Mr. Tabor.
Oh, yes. Hello, Mr. Tabor.
Oh, TJ, I'd like to have you join us in a drink, but something rather important has come up, and I'm going to need your help.
Oh, then you haven't heard.
Let me finish. I'm involved in a rather complicated merger. There's a meeting tomorrow morning in Chicago. I'm due out on a plane tonight, but I'm not going to be able to make it. I'd like to have you handle the Chicago matter for me.
Handle it?
You're going to have to watch them, TJ. They're a bunch of cutthroats. Biggest bunch I've met in a long time. Now, here's a transcript of all the telephone conversations. I'd like you to read it. And Trudy has their correspondence file in the conference room. You can go over them both. Meanwhile, I'll have her book you on a plane to Chicago. You haven't much time.
But, Sam, don't you realize I'm finished?
Oh, come on now, TJ.
Sam,
we'll discuss it later. Come on.
Finished.
Pete Cahearn just phoned. The committee demands immediate restitution of funds to the client. Miss Wagner is sending them my check for $500. I'll deduct it from your fee in the Prestini matter. The committee also insists on a public reprimand. It's not pleasant, TJ, but the damage isn't permanent.
But, Sam, I can't let you do this for me.
Get to work on this, will you? You're dealing with armed bandits, believe me.
Sam, I don't know how to thank you.
I need you on this, TJ. Believe me, I need you. So, you settled the Horngraff matter and lost a fee. That's one fine way to starve to death.
I'm sorry if I let you down.
Where'd you go to school, Tabor?
Same place you did, USF.
Oh? What kind of law work you interested in?
Trial work.
Why?
I like to think on my feet.
You like to work?
Nothing I like better.
How much money do you make a week?
I'd say about $75 a week average.
$75 a week average. Let's see. All right, I'll tell you. I'll pay you $100 a week to start.
Make it $125.
You learn fast.
Plus expenses, Mr. Benedict.
Okay, but it's only fair to tell you that the last guy I had around here lasted 3 weeks.
I just bought a car, Mr. Benedict. Nothing down and 9 years to pay. I'm planning on being employed for a long time.
Hank? All my friends call me Sam.